Welcome back, everyone, to Light Noah Fiends Podcast. This is episode 43. Oh, you usually say big 43, so I was waiting for you to say it.
Was it that big?
Why not?
Boo.
Okay, biggest gamer here.
Adamar.
And the boo is for...
Well,
we read Devil's Son-in-Law this week.
it just didn't do it, guys.
It didn't live up to the hype.
We've been waiting for half a year on this. Right? Half a year? Since June. Yeah, it's December.
Mm-hmm.
Half a year we've waited on these 75 chapters. And I can say, it's not no big 43.
It was not worth the wait.
Actually, the last time we talked about this was episode 23. 20 episode difference.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were waiting for the slow grind of these chapters.
And we finally got them. And, let's start off first by talking about the great stuff that happened before the 75 chapters.
Yes. Where we got peak fight,
Yeah.
peak power fight after peak power fight after peak power fight.
Yeah.
Shenmue was like, okay, the three angels,
Mm-hmm.
all the three pseudo god devils,
Yep.
and then the elementals,
The elemental war. Yep. All of that. Abaddon. What's his face? We even got Lucifer and the elemental goddess. That was pretty cool, even though it wasn't like really a fight.
Yeah, we found out everything about Lucifer.
We found out Lucifer, all the long-awaited secret behind the 7 artifacts.
Him. That was the funniest thing ever.
Literally.
Him. That was
And then for 1,200 chapters, just him, bro.
Yo.
So we finally found out who him was, who he is, and then just like that was so good. And then I feel like the last 75 chapters, like I got so excited at the beginning because right at the beginning they're like, basically right at the beginning, a human demon war. And I was like, oh snap! I thought we had like 100, 200 years left. Like, I thought that's why I was so confused. Because I remember last time I was like, I don't know how they must have a time skip.
Oh, for the demon one?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you were talking about like how are they gonna finish it all because of the demon war. That was like the biggest thing that would take up the most time.
Yeah, and then it kind of made sense how they like put them together because we were like demon war, abyss.
What was the secret?
Yeah,
and then we found out huge secret.
Yep.
The demon human realm war is done, and they to keep the seal on the abyss intact. They used the sacrifices of the dead cultivators to nourish the seal.
That's crazy. Nourishing with life force.
Yes.
I would have never guessed, to be honest.
No, I didn't guess that either.
At all.
I feel like it's now when they revealed
it's
so obvious.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, that makes so much
Bro,
sense.
as soon as I read it, I'm like, all right, why didn't we pick up on this?
I don't no idea. Because I read it, I was like, that was the most obvious reason in the world.
I feel like probably like if you guys were watching, you're probably like, so there's 2, and then there's 2, but then we were just like, we were all here talking about it, and then everybody like watching is like, it equals 4, and we were just like, but we don't know how it's gonna happen. I felt so dumb reading the first 5-10 chapters. I was like, that one went right over my head, bro.
It went over my head too. I didn't think about it at all. I was like, wow, all the clues were there.
Yeah, they really were. They really were.
Maybe it's because we were just thinking there was gonna be like something
crazier. Yeah.
But I mean, it still made sense.
Yeah. I think, I don't know why. I think maybe because the human and demon war was talked about so much like apart from the abyss.
Yeah.
I never thought they would connect.
Yeah, that's true too. I also thought that there wasn't any mention of like, I didn't think there was like a seal over like the plane that they were in.
No,
like it wasn't even a thing. I thought like them breaking in, because in my head what I instinctively think of, because this happens most light novels, is that like there's like a world seal, kind of like, how
in like 9-star where like people can't get through because they're too strong.
Well, no, well, something like that.
Okay.
But it's more like what's it called? Leyland. What's the
portal in between worlds?
No.
Coiling Dragon.
No, Leyland.
Coiling Dragon. Oh, you're talking about magic, a magus of the something world of the warlock world.
Yes, you know
Yeah.
how they had the world wills and like people, if you're not part of the world, you get like rejected.
Yes.
That's what I
Okay.
instinctively thought. Like, oh, the
Ah. Okay. Okay.
abyss, they're not part of it. They're getting rejected by like the world barrier or something.
Ah. Okay.
Like
Okay. I
foreign
understand what you
creatures.
mean.
That's what I originally thought. I was like, oh, they're trying to break through the
So like they
barrier.
can't use like their full strength, basically,
Yeah,
like Desolate Era ending type thing.
yeah. Like
Okay.
they
Okay.
just can't get through, and I
Mm.
was like, oh. But then when they said the seal, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
because I didn't think there would be a seal on it.
You know, I think I instinctively thought the same thing because that's why I thought them like trying to infiltrate like through like they were corrupting people inside the world
Yeah,
to like manifest themselves through that.
Mhm.
I thought like the
to
same thing.
summon them
Yeah,
inside.
because they were like getting rejected by the world's will or like some sort of similar thing, you know?
Yeah, because they just do that a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy thing to be like, yeah, world will.
Yeah. It makes sense. Like
Yeah,
like, I believe it, you know?
that's what I instinctively thought.
Yeah.
But then they said it's a seal laid down
Mm-hmm.
by the old gods from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think it was annoying how it took forever to talk about what happened because it said
Well, which part?
the two Ragnaroks that pretty much happened.
Oh yeah.
Where they were like, it's taboo, we can't tell you. I'm like, why?
So much taboo this, taboo that.
I hate it.
So first, I guess, like there was a solid in these 75 chapters. There was a solid 10 chapters. I feel like of the war between humans and demons. That was like
Felt more.
it was like it was
It was definitely more than 10.
maybe more, but I'm saying 10
I
to
thought
be
it was,
gracious.
I thought it was 15 or 20.
They had a lot of chapters in there of like they had a lot of bits and pieces of like important information in there besides the war.
Mhm.
Because I'll be honest, guys, I skimmed the human and demon war because we once I heard the sacrifice for Abyss, like I
No,
think
it didn't matter anymore.
it didn't matter anymore. So I was really surprised that the author like made that so important. Because I understand the battles between low level cultivators and the Abyss. I thought that was a little more warranted, even if it wasn't as enjoyable to read. I think it was good to show like the despair, the heartlessness.
I think it was good up until
Mhm.
like it was fine with me. Like I read it, I didn't skim through it at all up until they moved everyone.
to the west.
Yeah.
I 100%
and
agree.
I was like, okay, they moved everyone to the west. It's over. They're not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
And then they continue talking about it,
Yeah.
and it's like we had to see the war on the water.
Yeah.
And I was like, bruh.
So I'll say that I enjoyed all of it up until after the war on the water. I enjoyed the war on the water because it was only
Really?
like 2 chapters of war on water, and then the peak battle happened.
Well, that's true.
You know?
But I got annoyed. I got annoyed at first at reading it up until then the peak battle happened. So I was
Okay.
like, why are we talking about the war on the water?
Yeah.
And then when the peak battle happened, I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
If it was dragged on from the east side through the water to the coast,
The whole
back
West
to the
Sea,
demon,
I would have
and-
been like,
I would have felt some type of way too.
Yeah.
But because I think like the peak battle happened, it like jumped it up, and I think that's honestly a key reason why like there's some readers who get like upset. I think that not specifically for this novel, well like it does apply to this novel, but when like authors like over narrate too much, like they can just be like one good tactic they use is they'll show like one big battle, and then they'll kind of be like then other battles happened.
yeah,
So then like, but we can imagine how the other battles went now because we've seen one battle.
yeah.
We didn't need to see 8 battles.
Yeah, why did we see 8 different
Yeah.
battles that in the grand scheme of things didn't matter
Yeah.
anyway?
And like I think I'm more understandable when it's like our main character. Maybe that one I become like tournament fights. I'm more okay with each battle being shown if it's our main character, but not if it's the side characters getting 8 chapters worth of fights.
Yeah,
You know what I
'cause
mean?
you hated that in Keyboard.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
that's
So like that stuff. So it's like it really depends, I guess. You know, they gotta a lot of side character stuff, especially once the author let us know that the fights weren't important. It was like, come on, bro. Like you told us it wasn't important. Like let's move on.
Yeah, because I thought it was sick up when they were doing land bases like the holy
The Blue Empire, I think the name
the
is.
Holy Blue Empire or whatever.
I think it's the Blue Dragon Empire.
Holy Blue Dragon Empire. I know it has holy because it's one of the 2 holy.
Oh, then I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lambis, the woman who could have been.
Chenrui's wife, yeah.
Oh, actually, remember it was Chenrui's old wife when he was Arthur. right?
Oh, fiance.
Fiance, and then they broke it off once Chenrui found her again in the Elf Kingdom,
Yeah,
and she was like lamenting the fact like that could have been my life.
she
Like
didn't care.
she was like, I picked power over love, and then she got jelly when she saw Catherine and them, and they were like, they have both.
Yeah, it's funny.
But I actually really enjoyed that, like
Little thing with
that
them
little
just-
thing, and
yeah.
like the fight and her like going down with the city, but like getting saved at the end, all that. I enjoyed that. You know, like you
Mhm.
said, everything until the coast, like past the coast, the
Mhm.
water arc, it was cool for me. After they got to the other coast, nah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But do we want to talk about some of the peak battles in between then?
We obviously have to talk.
We
about
have
it.
to.
So how many actually were there? So
The
there's Chenru. So there's Chenrui, Might, the Angels versus.
and Zola,
Oh yeah, Zolo versus
Qu-
Kiana.
Kiana.
Kill. I
Qu-
say Kiana because in
I thought it was
Spanish.
Quiliana.
Yeah, but Spanish took over halfway, so I said
Uh,
Kiana,
Okay.
and it just sounds better than Kiliana.
Okay. There's also or Blanche. I felt bad for that.
That kind of sucked. Oh
That
yeah,
was-
so Blanche.
Yeah, Blanche. Okay.
That's what I call her.
Okay.
I don't say Blanche. I just say Blanche.
Okay.
But Blanche, basically, she got taken over by Kilana
Mm-hmm.
as like the backup in case they couldn't
Descend.
descend.
Yeah.
Oh, important thing. So Kilana. So what really happened here is
Mm-hmm.
the door opens early.
Yep.
Michael summons all the peak powers.
Yeah.
He's like,
we glossed over this.
yeah. The door. He's like, all right. Remember, no one above kingdom level is allowed to interfere, or else the whole world turns against you.
And the door connects the human world with the demon world.
Yep. Chenrui's like, why? He's like, you don't need to know why.
Yeah.
Sign the paper.
Yeah.
Chenrui,
No.
try me.
Yeah.
They try him.
Yeah.
Chenrui's like, no.
Wrecked.
Everyone suppressed immediately.
Yeah.
And it was actually crazy because Chenrui literally, he was like,
Suppressing with aura.
yeah. And he was like, even if you can suppress all of us, you can't stop us coming.
Yeah. And they're right.
Yeah. And Satan was like, yeah, you can't do nothing, brother.
Okay.
Not yet.
I was actually very surprised with that because I thought Chenrui was gonna destroy like the whole thing right there, and then when he found out, he was like, "Oh,
God damn it.
yeah, like I have to let this happen."
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then another thing happened. What's his name? The elf prophet's name? Alucier?
Alucier?
Yeah, I think it's Alucier.
Alucier, yeah.
Yeah, because he has a U.
Yeah, you're right, Alucier.
So Alucier, who we didn't know at the time because it said it was a figure with a hood, and he had a
This man is goaded.
yeah. So he was like, "All right, I'm gonna summon the abyss."
Yeah.
But the abyss, even though like you thought, oh, he's doing a bad thing, the real thing was they didn't want to be summoned early. They
Yep.
were preparing to come in through the gate because they knew it was about to be destroyed. And he was like,
They were gonna
Nah.
fully descend,
yeah.
full power.
But he was like, I'm gonna have them descend early with only part of their power, and I'm gonna give Kilana an injury
Mm-hmm.
so Chenrui has a chance.
Yeah.
So he did that, and then the whole time when she descended, unfortunately, it was Blanche.
Yeah.
She got merged into him,
Mhm.
into Kilana,
Mhm.
and became evil.
And she wrecked the Elf Kingdom like instantly.
No, she annihilated instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alucier, he had told him like, y'all about to get wrecked.
Send
out the
elites.
elites.
Yep.
Alucier, the whole time he was looking at her, he's like, you're not gonna win. Sorry. Put
Yeah.
all of his bets on Chenrui,
Yep.
and then withered away.
And so Kiliana shows up to the Elf Kingdom, gets there. The Elf Queen shoots like a desperate last arrow with one of the three great elf bows,
Mm-hmm.
and using that, Kiliana's like, you can't do anything. You're an ant. Throws it away, and she's like, oh, it kind of injures me. That's crazy, but she's like, all right, move on. And she gets to the half elf cemetery, which we find out later the reason why the Elf Kingdom was made where it was is because there was like a residue of god power there. And then
Well, it wasn't just that. It's because it was one of the steals for like the abyss.
that's also true. But I think it became a seal for the abyss because of the residue of god
Yeah.
power.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's why they had to be planning that.
Yeah. And then they she shows up there, and then she gets another like delayed effect Like as soon as she steps in, she got like hurt again, and she was like, "This guy is dead, and he's still injuring me."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "I love this guy."
Lucier was he was an OG, man.
Yeah. And then right after that, the 5-man squad show up of Chenrui, the 3 archangels, and Zola. And that actually happened right after Chenrui stopped the war,
Yeah, because he found out that they descended through the tree.
the tree of nature.
Yep, and he said the war's stopping, and then the archangels came out.
It's like you violated the pact.
And then Chenrui was like, "Okay, I don't care. We gotta go stop." They didn't believe him at first,
Yeah.
so they tried. They activated like their trump card was like a formation,
Mm-hmm.
which they thought could suppress Chenrui, but Chenrui obviously didn't get suppressed. But it was like a stalemate. So
Yeah, it was a
Chenrui was shocked
stalemate.
because he was like he didn't think he could suppress him, and they were shocked because they thought they could beat him.
Yeah. And then there was this whole Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 thing, which was hilarious.
I thought it was like, bro, what are you doing out there?
I thought it was hilarious, bro. I also think, what are you doing? But the fact that he did it that way was so funny. And then they go out to fight Kilana, all 5 together, because they like feel the destruction happening, and they hear reports that like empires are getting destroyed. They go out there and they fight her, and when they go to fight her, they find out that pseudo god has multiple levels. So in peak overlord or peak demon overlord level, it goes that's S. Then so S plus is, so we thought was peak. Then we find out S plus plus was actually peak, and after that you step into kingdom. We find out for pseudo godhood, quadruple S plus we thought was peak pseudo god, but then they did a quadruple S double plus, which was the level of the elemental messengers, right?
I think so.
The elementals in their like elemental world. That was the quadruple S double plus, and that's the level that Chenrui is at, like at the beginning of this arc. And then there's quadruple S triple plus, which is actually right below God. And so we found that out. Kiliana's at that level, and she kind of like wrecks them.
She claps all of them,
Yeah.
pretty much except for Chenrui.
Yeah, and like they win off of like
So the hidden injury in her eye, like, and then
from a Lucier.
and then Chenrui had a what was it Chenrui? Oh, and then Chenrui used
All Star God's view.
Yep, and then
Zola came in the clutch.
yep, she fused with it
Mhm.
temporarily. That and because he was burning his life force.
Yep.
And she fused with temporarily to give him an extra edge that forced her back and
Mhm.
caused her injury to flare up, and she ran away.
So that happened, and
But-
then
They were badly injured.
they were very badly injured. The 3 angels go back to Holy Light Mountain to recover. You know, Chenrui goes back to recover. After that, we get a bunch of chapters of the Abyss wrecking the human world.
Yeah, we also found out that the difference in the plus is insane
Yeah.
because they basically came to the conclusion even if we get all the pseudo gods
Yeah.
together, we can't beat her. And I was like, that's insane.
I agree.
I
Cause
was shocked when they said that.
I think quadruple S plus and quadruple S double plus, there's not that big a jump. But quadruple S double plus to quadruple S triple plus, crazy jump.
It was
Just crazy jump, bro. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
was
When
like-
they said that line, I was like, "What? It's that peak power scaling that I hate." You know, when there's like exactly like this, when there's like 4 of them and you can't fight one of you. I think like at some point numbers gotta matter.
Yo, for real, especially because to me I felt like okay, if you, yeah, that line really made me annoyed because it's like there's no way if you pull the archangel,
The
I keep
3
saying
archangels.
archangels, Chenrui,
Yep. Satan.
Satan,
Zola.
Python, and Zola, you're telling me the 6 of them cannot take on
That's
Kilana?
7.
Oh my God, 7 of them they cannot take on Kilana.
And 3 of them were said to be quadruple S double plus. Satan, Michael, and Chenrui were all at quadruple S double plus.
Python wasn't far. Wasn't
I think she was actually, she might have, I don't think they ever said her power, but I think she hit it as well.
Yeah.
So there was multiple of them, and they had that random Rogel guy who got clapped. He was another
Yeah.
pseudo god on the angel side, peak pseudo god or quadruple S plus. And like they should have been able to put up a fight against one of them at quadruple S triple plus. I understand not all 3 at the same time, but one.
That's what I thought. I was like so confused. I was like, tell me, even together all the pseudo gods, you can't think of like some random ass like formation to get all your power to like kill one of them.
I thought like I understand. My thing is I understand if you're like a demigod to a pseudo god, like a big stage. I understand if there's like the numbers have to be like 12 or 10 of you to make a difference, but like an increase inside of the same stage should not be that substantial. And
Yeah,
I
a small like it's like small completions, and you're
yeah,
just like, bruh, small completions can't
and
be that
I
OD.
know the ass pull at the end of the novel that they do in every novel, which I'll say at every novel that I never agree with, is that the later on in the stages you get, the crazier the jump is, which is why like they can make that happen. But they be
Oh, where like, yeah, that's true. Because I remember it's like in every the
they
first
do it
one
in every
comes with like
novel.
Dragon Prince Yuan. Okay, a million like I forget what the under Saint realm is, like
Oh, I forget what it's called too.
law order or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like, oh yeah, like a million of them can't stand up to one saint. And I was like, a million?
Yeah, bro.
That's you're counting. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like it's
They can't form some kind of something. A million? I don't know if it was a million, but it was definitely like
it was a crazy number.
over. Like it was definitely the thousands.
Okay,
and I was like, but still thousands.
I will never get over that. That's why, like, one of my favorite. This is such a sidetrack. One of my favorite novels that does the exact opposite, and I didn't realize how much I loved it till it happened. It was the salt. What was that blood? With Suan. You know.
Oh, primordial.
Oh,
Throne of
is divine primordial?
yeah.
Divine or primordial divine blood?
No, primordial. It's either primordial blood of the divine throne
Something. I think that was it.
or divine throne of primordial blood, something like that.
Something like that. And it was so cool. Little spoiler. They have such a cool ability that basically let's just real simplify. There's 7 stages peak. They had a formation that 1,000 on stage 4 people could fight a stage 7 person and win, not just stalemate it. Remember that?
yeah.
I love that, bro. I was like, let's go. Finally, numbers matter. They're not
Strength
just
and numbers.
yes, bro. I didn't realize how much I love that until Suan did that, and I was like, oh my god, I needed this. And so that's always an annoyance at the end of novels because they're like, I understand they're trying to make these like super crazy evil villains like they can't be beaten in numbers because then it seems cheap. But I don't know. There's a good thing in numbers, bro.
I've never always. I don't know. For me, I think I agree actually that winning by numbers is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes it doesn't need to just be 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Just be like a bunch of people sacrifice their life to kill one guy.
Yeah. And like you can make it like
Make it epic.
yeah, you can make it epic. Obviously, it's tough like at the end of a novel to kill your characters, but like honestly, that's probably the best time to kill them because it's gonna be over after that. And like half of the novels, let's be honest, once you beat the evil guy and you become the top person, you can revive your guys anyways. So like, whatever. But where were we? Kiliana wrecked them, but she
Yeah.
also got injured. She flew away.
And then afterwards, when everyone's healing, we go to Holy Light Mountain.
What's that guy's name? Sasquatch?
Sasquatch and Del Rosa.
No, but Sasquatch showed up.
Sasquatch awakened.
Oh, he pulled up.
He's fear.
He's fear.
Okay, he pulled up. We saw his red mist pull up the Holy Light Mountain, and boy,
He didn't come to play
He didn't give him a chance
at all. He destroyed the whole Holy Light Mountain.
Planned it.
And we had it was the 3 archangels and a 4th pseudo god that we just talked about earlier. His name was Regel.
Yep.
They used a formation called the Great Light Sword Formation, I believe.
I think it was Great Bright.
Great Bright Sword Formation. It's crazy. Basically, it was like kind of some sort of power from God, the Light God, and they try to use it. They injure him, but it doesn't do more than that. And then Sasquatch destroys Holy Light Mountain, breaks their formation, and then Regel tries to run away. And then Sasquatch catches them, and Regel's like, "I'll submit to you, Lord." And he's like, too late. Decapitates them. And then I thought all of the archangels were like, I didn't think they were all gonna die, but it felt like they were gonna die. And then Gabriel, who almost sacrificed her life because she said, "I'm done with this world." And we found out somebody has a crush.
Raphael.
he's been having a crush this whole time, and it's funny, or I guess it's funny, but it's also saddening because he said it. He was like, I would make fun of Python all the time because she's like lingering on with these feelings, and like Gabriel, who's lingering on these feelings for Lucifer that like are unimportant in his eyes. But at the very last moment, he sacrificed himself for Raphael because he was in love with her.
For Gabriel, Raphael
Oh,
sacrificed
sorry.
himself.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
Raphael sacrificed himself for Gabriel because he was in love with her. So he's like, wow, I'm not immune to like these feelings. He like fuses himself with the book of creation, and he like
Detonates himself.
basically detonates himself and severely injures Sasquatch.
Yep. Holy Light Mountain. Flat.
Yep. Then we get a bunch of abyss wrecking the human world, and then we get a decisive battle with the Empire for Landis, which they win
Barely by the skin of their teeth.
by the skin of the teeth, and then a whole bunch of more fighting, and then we get the Navy battle. Basically, they give up. So they describe the geography of the human world as like to the west is one of the empires, to the east is another one of the empires.
And then in the middle is just the huge, I forget the name of the sea.
White Mist Sea.
White Mist Sea.
And so basically they teleport everybody from the east to the west. They destroy the teleportation formations, and they're waiting on the other side. And all of the humans and demons and everything, they square up and they said this is our final stand. And they set up a little they set up a whole bunch of formations and landmines and or sea mines and all this stuff. They're wrecking. We get the City of Stars appearance. The mothership does work. That happens, and then we
That was
found
the only kind of shot it got, though.
true. And then the third Abyss Lord shows up. Delistro.
Yes.
The Delistro.
Wait, Del Listro?
Is that not how you say it?
I thought it was Del Rosso.
I don't know. I could look it up. But yeah, you want to tell them what happens?
Wait, Despair showed up? I don't remember this part.
Really? He showed up and they fight on the that's the peak battle over the water.
What?
Yeah.
Over the water?
Yeah, you don't remember this?
Wait, he fought Chen Ruyan, though?
He fought so the Lastro shows up. He tries to destroy the City of Stars. He's about to succeed, and then out of the City of Stars shows up Chen Rui, Michael, Raphael, no, Gabriel, Zola, and Chen Rui. They show up, 5-man squad. They start fighting him. They actually start messing him up, and then Sasquatch comes in that backup. You don't remember this?
Oh, Sasquatch coming at back.
Sasquatch comes in on a backup. Now it's a 2-on-5.
Oh, that was the one where he came and he said, "I didn't come. Good thing I didn't come alone."
Yeah, exactly.
And then, God, why did that just?
That
skipped
was
over
a
my
crazy
head.
battle, bro.
It was a crazy battle, but I didn't remember it happening over in the sea. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it happened right on top of the White Mist Sea.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, that happened over the White Mist Sea.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, because I know that was like his first appearance,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, Despair's here,"
Yeah.
and then they fused into one when they were fighting, and then they kind of, I think Sasquatch is the one with the illusions.
I think that's the Listro.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then, and they had that huge formation
Mhm.
that also, like Isabel and the rest of them, and Paglia, like they're all controlling it from far away.
They had all the pseudo gods and demigods back there, like
Yeah.
helping them control them, which was
like,
pretty crazy.
Yeah. And they're controlling, and Shenrui was the like core of the formation,
Mm-hmm.
and they were using it to fight them.
That was pretty cool, and we also saw that the Abyss Lords can kind of unite, like fuse.
Yeah, there's a small fusion,
Mhm.
and then Sasquatch. Oh yes, the way I forgot to mention the way Sasquatch practically destroyed the Archangels was with the elf bow.
Mhm.
Well, the third one that went missing, the red soaring.
Yeah, the red something bow.
It was like a red flame bow or something.
It's actually Sauce Batch is one of them.
Sauce Batch. I always think Sasquatch.
I think the same thing. Kiliana. And then no, it's Delastro.
Delastro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Sauce. I just said his name. Sauce Batch.
Sauce Batch. Yeah.
Sauce Batch has the
We
red.
should just keep calling him Sasquatch.
as the Red Bull. Delastro was actually he went 1-on-1 versus Shenrui, and Shenrui was botting him
Oh
because
yeah.
in between the time frame between the first fight with Quiliana and the fight with Delastro, Shenrui upgraded himself to firmly in quadruple S double plus, and he has this new form called Lightman, I believe, that he comes quadruple S triple plus for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And during those 10 minutes, he was dominating
He was
Delastro.
body. Yeah, he was body.
And the other four with the Grand Formation were actually fighting Sauce Bash. They were actually beating him as well. He was on the back foot. And I honestly thought Shanru was going to kill Delastro there. And then Quiliana shows up. And she says, not today.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
It was bullshit. She shows up, and basically they use everything in their power to win, and they lose. And then, we also didn't talk about this when all 7 artifacts combined into one, and Lucifer is Chenrui. So Chenrui took over Lucifer, like not took over, but he became the primary soul, I guess. And Lucifer kind of faded away. He left him with 1 card.
Oh, the Supreme Artifact.
Supreme Artifact. And like every time they said, "Oh, is he gonna use it? Is he gonna use it?" And here, Shenrui was like, "We lost. Like, I need to use it." And he's about to use it to like try and kill them, and then boom, Python shows up, and she basically, I want to make sure I got this right. She took the Book of Destruction and the Book of Creation, and she like took them into her body and like exploded herself.
Yeah,
That's how I read
I
it.
think that's how I read it too.
Okay.
Like where she ignited it,
Yeah.
and then Kilana wanted to stop it, but she couldn't because it was too strong at the last second.
And she basically, with that explosion, one, she died, sort of, and then she destroyed the avatars somewhat of the abyss. They didn't destroy them, but I think they said they were able to like run away, but like they're basically wrecked, right? And then Chanrui took crazy injuries. Satan's soul was like severely hurt. Michael lost an arm.
Well, Shenrui was hurt the most, but he just recovered faster.
Yeah. Zola was like a little hurt, and then Gabriel was okay, but she actually finally was like, I tried to make my sacrifice earlier, and I'm just done with this world. Like, Python has always loved him more than me, and Shenrui and Python kind of had a moment, and like I think they kind of like got closer.
Oh yeah, because she was fading away.
Yeah, and just like she's also part of his god platform, so his like. I forget which god she is, but she was like her pillar was getting destroyed.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. Oh, see.
Yeah, I think
No, that's Isabella's.
Oh, it's Isabella then.
She's one of like the insidious ones, so
Yeah.
I don't
And then Gabriel gives up her life for Python.
Yep.
And Python comes back. And then take it over, my guy.
After this?
After the sea mist battle. Or the white sea mist battle.
Oh, I'm trying to remember because when in this, it wasn't the seal.
What?
Oh, this is right before. Okay, so after this, everyone's hurt.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
broken.
Even the people controlling the formation hurt.
Yeah, they had to put Shenry had to put everyone into the god platform so they could recover quickly.
Oh yeah, he was giving all the demigods and pseudo gods like the 1-star enhancement too.
Yeah, so that's right. Some of the good dragons got it too, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think Michael had to get a new arm from the elemental gods.
Yep.
And then they went to the elemental world.
Yep.
And that's where they were like, okay, here's the plan.
Yeah.
We're gonna move everyone,
Mm-hmm.
all the humans, to the demon realm.
Yep.
Mass migration time.
Mm-hmm.
We're all aliens now.
Yeah. And there was a whole bunch of fighting between that goes to the demon war, their demon world.
Oh yeah, because the abyss was chasing them.
Yeah.
There.
And that was long.
It was long. I was honestly now that's the part that I was annoyed with.
Yeah, that one.
But I was like, why are we talking about the evacuation of the humans?
I think it all could have been a good chapter.
Yeah,
One good chapter.
It was like 5 chapters.
And I think there's something about when you know a novel's ending and you know how many chapters you have left that like if you have
Irritates
20
you.
chapters left and they waste 5 of them on something that you know is kind of pointless, you're like, bro, like give me good stuff for the end. Don't like give me this rubbish.
Yeah, it's exactly like with Magus of the Warlock, or Warlock of the Magus world. Yeah, yeah, bro.
Whatever. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
at the end, at the
Yeah.
end. 'Cause
Everybody
at the
was mad
end,
about that.
at the end, because I remember you were telling me you were about, why are we talking when there's only like 10 chapters left?
Yeah.
We can't. How are we gonna finish the story?
It was really bad for that novel.
Even though the last 10 chapters of that novel were epic, I was like,
They
it
were.
could have been more.
It was like the last like 75 chapters, like 60 were like actually BS. And it was like, what is happening right now? And the fact that I think if we didn't know it was the ending, you'd be like, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
these
but
are
you
okay.
knew. They told you how many were left. You're like, why'd you say that?
Yeah, it makes it worse sometimes.
It does. But yeah, they were talking about the evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
We there's also a small thing in terms of the world. Everyone found out Chenrui was Agile.
Oh yeah,
Everyone was like, Agile, he's a human. He's still
Arthur.
alive. Arthur. When he just revealed all of his identities,
Yeah.
everyone was just like shock after shock after shock.
Argyle,
Agile, Arthur,
the Holy
Human.
Son.
Yep. Everyone was like title after he just had all the titles.
Title
on
after
him.
title after title. The son of whatever that
Lex.
guy, Lex the Great. Prince Consort of all three. They were like, wait, isn't that Athena's old man who died? Remember from back then? Yeah, all of them. All of the I can't remember. The Elf King.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it all. They did it all. So that was pretty good. They evacuate. They come back. Oh, and then
Yeah, so this is when they decided we're gonna make a plan to seal off the demon realm
Mm.
after we evacuate all the humans.
mhm,
We're gonna use the elementals. What was their power called?
elementals,
I forgot the name of the power.
shards or something. What are they called?
No, it wasn't their shards. They wanted to use the fragments of
the fragments.
of Rafferty's goddess power.
Yeah.
But what was the elementals formation, like ultimate trump card?
Oh, I can't remember that name.
But whatever it was, they wanted that technique,
Yeah.
and they were gonna use it. They were gonna have Zola learn it so she can use burst of power
Mhm.
to seal, or no, not to seal. She would destroy the door, so that way it would officially reappear when it was supposed to, and that was when they would hope that they would have 100 years worth of training.
Yeah.
So they went there. Her and Chenrui were training. Michael got a new elemental arm,
Boom.
and then what happened? Oh, and then after that, that's when they had to set up preparations for all the invading abyss.
Yep.
And then you had Saucebatch and Del Rosso.
Del Rosso.
They both pulled
Del
up.
Rosso.
Del Rosso. They pulled up.
Del Osro. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Saucebatch and Del Osro.
Saucebatch, Del Osro.
Yeah.
They pulled up. They're like, "We got this."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Where's Chenrui?"
Yeah.
Because they were getting bodied by him.
They were.
And they were like, "We're gonna hold you back."
And
then I forget the name of the formation they used on them, but it was like a balancing formation that would suppress the Abyss Lords while giving them a little. I don't think it gave them strength, but it just suppressed them, like to balance the strength between both sides.
Yeah.
Because they haven't. Do they have an even amount of people, or was it 3 versus 2?
I think it was 3 versus 2, if I'm remembering correctly.
It was Satan, Michael, and Python versus
The Lost Round
Sasquatch. Yeah. And then, they were fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And the Abyss, like lower level creatures, where they were getting absorbed by the formation.
Yep.
Or destroyed by it, whatever, because of the balancing part.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, old friend comes back. But now he's an enemy.
Drop it, bro.
Abaddon became an Abyss.
Yep.
Pulled up, stabbed Michael right in the back.
Yeah. That was surprising.
It was, because I completely forgot about his existence.
Because we even talked about it.
He was dead.
We said as soon as he lost his pseudo godhood, they it said like Chenrui kind of just devoured like him. No, not devoured him. He killed him, but he was able to escape with like a mere fragment of his power, and we were like, he's not catching up, irrelevant. I remember us saying exactly that, he's irrelevant now, and boy were we wrong. That knife in the back was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And also, a quick side note, in that White Mist battle, Quiliana, like, told Shenrui, like, hey, honestly, you're stronger than Delostro. You want to take his position?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was shocked by that, bro.
She's like, you can do it, and the Loster was like, sure.
If you want, bro. I was
But-
surprised by that.
But oh yeah, but they kind of revealed like they're all like they're like manifestations, like they're constant mergings of like other people. But,
Yeah.
like, they all have like the central point of like their attribute, which is
Yeah.
like, fear, despair,
Fear.
and hatred.
Yep. Which made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Michael got stabbed in the back by Abaddon in a turn of events that I would have never expected.
Yeah, because he was fighting. Who was he fighting? Sasquatch?
Michael?
Yeah.
Michael?
No, he was fighting Del Rosso.
Delostro, yeah.
And Saiyan was kind of like there on standby,
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep the balance. And then we saw Python was in trouble. He went to go help. And it was in that moment when Abaddon was like,
Yep.
stabbed him.
And then I feel like I'm missing something in between here. There's definitely something here, but we get another Twilight of the Gods. Not the Twilight of the Gods, but like the last, like kind of the last fight. I feel like there's something in between here.
Are you talking about? Wait, did you skip the last fight?
No, I'm saying like if we're going like after this fight.
Oh yeah, they talk about what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so after this, while this fight's going on, Chenrui and Zola they make a comeback.
Yep.
They come back at the last second,
Boom.
but everyone's kind of hurt. Satan, he was practically crippled because he used his time stop ability to like, its maximum and like injured his core or whatever.
Satan's been getting crucially injured every time.
Oh yeah, because before we didn't mention this, but Satan, when he tried to ignite his god bloodline,
Yep.
with the Book of Destruction, Kilana was like, nope, it ripped it right out of his body.
Yep.
That was tough.
Bye. That was rough.
And then this time, I don't know, did he ignite his blood, or he did something that damaged his core, and he stopped time for a second to buy some time for them, which it did because
just enough
for Chenrui and Zola to show up.
Lay the wood.
Wait. Oh, and I was trying to think, did Zola destroy the thing, or did something else happen first?
Zola destroyed it first.
Okay, so they pull up. They're like, you can't do anything, Chenrui. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
It's not Zola?
No. But like when they showed up, Zola showed up with like her rainbow, and it just cleansed the entire area as all the abyss was. Because when Abaddon showed up, he broke the balance, so the abyss was able to pour in.
Yeah.
And then Zola showed up, and she cleansed the abyss. They were nowhere to be seen. And they thought Sasquatch and Delostro thought they were gonna fight, and Zola was like, nah, and she destroyed the door with whatever the elemental technique was, and it has a cool name. I just can't remember it.
I don't think it's elemental fury because that's what she used to use.
No, not that weak ass technique.
I will say though, Zola was hyped up this whole novel.
She was,
and for good reason. You know, she had out of all of them, she was the one that was the strongest. Like she was stronger than Chenrui when he met her. And I think that was the other ones he might have met them, they might have been like technically stronger than him. Well, I guess Catherine counts too, but like that was a whole different situation. But Zola, I feel like has always been the one who's been stronger than Shenrui for like she was stronger than him for a couple, like a good 100, 200 chapters, and then so she was always like, I want to be the one to fight by your side, like I want to be there, and she was, and she has been, and she always will be.
Yep. So she unleashed that strike that she was learning, destroy the door. Both Sasquatch and Del Rosso were stuck, and that's when Chenrui went crazy.
He went off,
and not who did he kill first?
No, Sasquatch.
Oh, that's right, bro. He clapped him,
bro. Take it away. Take it.
Wait, I'm trying to remember what movie used.
Well, honestly, the moves they're hard to remember because they do the. I actually like how
they did a lot of moves.
I like how they do like the parentheses instead of like I say it out loud.
Yeah, but it's hard, sometimes it's hard to remember that
Yeah,
for that reason.
like I know like
Because in my head, whenever I think of Zola's move, I see the parentheses in the word, but it just not come into
but
my.
the word itself, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I'm remembering like Elemental Fury, 'cause she used it all the time.
yeah, she did.
And then like the Great Bright Light, the Great Bright Formation, and like All Star God View. But like I can't remember the other ones.
Yeah, but basically Chenrui, because he uses All Star God View,
Yeah.
and he summons his sacred armor.
Mhm.
He becomes the Starlight.
Yep.
Like or they call him the Light Man.
Yeah, the
That's
light
so
man.
bad.
I was surprised that they called himself the light man. I'm like, you could have come up with a better name than
Yeah,
that.
for real.
You
I
know?
mean, it probably has the coolest look in the world, but you
Yeah.
called him Light Man with all the starlight shining off of him.
Oh, you could have done better. Maybe it was a translating thing.
It could have been. Some
Yeah.
of the translation was a little wonky towards the end.
It was.
Definitely wasn't as good as it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he killed Sasquatch,
Sauce Patch.
or he thought he did,
Yep. But here we go.
and then he killed Del Rosa right after.
The last row.
And then Sasquatch doesn't die so easily.
These avatars, or these like the Abyss, I swear I thought they died like 4 times.
I know.
Cause they'd say that they'd like hurt their origin every time, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like they never like for example, Saucepatch when he fought Holy Light Mountain, I thought he died there until like somewhat at the beginning, and then he said I hurt my origin partner. I was like, okay, so does that mean he's gone for like a month or like a couple years? And then no, like a month later he's in the White Mist battle, and like there in the White Mist battle, I thought all of them got clapped like pretty hard.
And they showed up so fast.
And they showed up so fast. I'm like, bro, what is this super regeneration we're seeing? Yeah. Sauce Patch, I thought he was dead. I guess not.
Nope.
I guess not.
At the last second, was it his soul? Oh yeah, his soul. He took over, or no, what did he put in Michael? Or he sprayed something on him, or spit something on him.
He did do that. Sauce Patch, the floor of fear.
Did he spit something on him?
He did something to him, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you know what? When Abaddon stabbed him, he put I think some of his origin power was in there, and it was in Michael, and he couldn't heal the injury right away.
Yeah.
Because he was fighting, and so he took advantage of that, like the seeds growing in his body, to fuse with Michael's soul, and then Michael was like, "God damn it!" And then Chenrui was hesitant to kill Michael because he didn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
And that's what Sasquatch thought.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he's not gonna do it, and he was right. But then Michael was like, wow, if I was in his position, I would have hesitated so much. So that's when he made the decision. He was like, Chenrui, here's the taboo secret.
Yeah.
And then he finally told him about the truth behind the Twilight of the Gods.
Yep.
That part 1.
They said that twice.
Part 2.
Yep.
First, the Supreme Being. Actually, did they explain it? There's Originator.
They talk about the originator, and then they talk about the second one.
Then there's Supreme Being.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the gods.
Yep.
The Supreme Being, he created all things, right? Yeah.
And the originator created...
Well, Originator created the universe. And the Supreme Being was born from the universe.
And created all things.
And then...
Pipeline.
And then he created...
You're the historian, bro. You gotta take this over.
Huh?
I said you're the historian, bro. This stuff goes in my head and out the other, bro. Sometimes,
what?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm trying to... He created the Book of...
Creation.
Book of Destruction.
And the final key.
Book of Life and Death.
Yeah.
Which was Lucifer.
Yeah.
So that's why we found out, because they always said Lucifer had a pitiful fate.
Mm-hmm.
He killed the gods by using the 7 supreme artifacts, but no one really understood what that meant up until now. We found out that the Supreme Being, originally, he wanted to destroy the Book of Life and Death, because it was the only thing that could restrain him.
Mhm.
But he didn't want to because it was a waste of power.
Yeah.
He felt like the Book of Life and Death would be helpful. So he created Lucifer, who is the avatar of the Book of Life and Death,
Mhm.
and he basically put restrictions on him where he could never become a god. So
Yep.
he could not threaten him.
Mhm.
And then he created all the gods.
Yep.
And then we found out that the gods didn't want to be. They felt that the supreme being or supreme will
Mhm.
was too restrictive, and there were a couple rebellions, or there was one rebellion, and that rebellion alone made him like turn into like a tyrannical dictator
Mhm.
to the point where his one of his daughters, Raffer, yeah,
Raffatari.
who was the wife of Lucifer,
Mhm.
was imprisoned, or she was imprisoned. He was imprisoned,
Yeah.
and then she was about to be sacrificed because she finally. Sorry, I think she comprehended the Book of Life and Death,
Yep.
or the Book of Creation and Destruction.
The Book of Creation and Destruction.
Yeah, because she was the elemental goddess.
Yep.
She was considered. I think she was considered like the strongest one.
I think she was definitely up there. I don't remember if they called her the strongest.
I think she was the strongest.
Like, I don't doubt that. Because elemental goddess, like, elements in general are usually OP.
Yeah, especially when you have all the elements.
Exactly.
And that's when the gods broke Lucifer out of the prison,
Mm-hmm.
and they. What did they do? Oh yeah, they sieged the supreme being, but before he died, he cursed them,
Mm-hmm.
which was the godhood of darkness, which was the abyss.
Yep.
And the gods, after killing the supreme being, they turned to kill the abyss, but they found out when you killed a member of the abyss, it was like their twin. So when they killed one in the dark, the one in the light died.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Is that what confused you?
Yeah, it was.
You're like, why did they steal them away? Why didn't they just kill
Yeah,
them?
yeah,
Yeah, that's why they did that.
Okay, thank you. That was so. I was like, why did they just? Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah.
And then after the abyss was sealed away, the gods,
Mm.
who finally were like the rulers, started fighting amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to a point where they're fighting for greed and everything. So Lucifer,
Mm-hmm.
who was the avatar of the supreme artifact,
Mm-hmm.
ignited it, and he destroyed all the gods in the second.
Second one.
Yes, because I forgot. We said they seized him, but they were gonna lose at that rate.
Yeah.
Rafferty, she originally she ignited the supreme artifact first,
Mm-hmm.
and oh yeah, did she take it from Lucifer?
Lucifer trusted it to her.
No, something about it. I forget what she did, but she ignited it. But they all knew like you have to sacrifice your life.
Oh, to activate it.
Yeah, and she sacrificed her life, and then yeah, she died, but it was enough to kill the supreme will.
Supreme will.
And then Lucifer, obviously, afterwards, time goes by. The gods start fighting, or he remarries, which I found was weird.
That I did too.
I was like, wait, so you married again? And he married some random
girl, bro.
Random goddess.
Yeah, especially after like, I'm surprised that happened because that almost never happens on such a tale of like life and death and like.
Oh yeah,
love.
like your original love.
Yeah,
and it was weird because it said not only that, it said that he married this goddess and he had concubines, and I was like, wait, what about Gabriel and Python who are following you this whole time?
Yeah, no, not important enough. I guess
I was so confused.
Like,
I was
they couldn't be a concubine.
I was like, why couldn't they have joined you at all?
Like, especially like, yeah, that just didn't make any sense.
It didn't make sense to me. I was like, what is going on here?
Did not make any sense to me, man.
But what else happened there? Okay, but basically what happened there was he was part of the angel faction. But then obviously because of the greed of gods, they split into darkness
and
light, and he joined the darkness because he was closer to those guys over there.
Then we get the fallen.
Yeah, and they were declared fallen, and darkness called the light hypocritical.
Yep.
They went to war, and then they were fighting someone who died that pissed off Lucifer.
Who pissed him off? No, that's happened after he died. So I'm thinking of Uriel, but
No,
Uriel
'cause
died after.
no, Python killed Uriel,
Yeah, Python killed Uriel.
but did Uriel kill someone?
I think. No, Uriel was trying to kill
Lucifer,
Lucifer
because he was
because of Gabriel,
Yeah.
and then no, I can't remember who was.
But because something happened that was like, screw it, we don't need gods. Well, oh, I don't remember. Someone, I think someone. Oh, I remember.
What?
They killed his family.
Yeah,
He came back and found out his family was all gone. And I was like, that was just out of nowhere. How did they infiltrate and murder his entire family?
bro. They actually pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah, they
because
were like,
he's like
he was fighting on the front line. He comes back, family's gone. I was like, what?
it was almost exactly like that too. Like fighting on the front lines, going over what happened, and then comes home empty, death.
And then he was like, I'm no more gods in this world.
Yeah.
Because they found out the gods weren't getting hurt, only the people, pseudo gods and below.
Mm.
And that's when he ignited. He used his life to kill the gods.
But he stayed alive, obviously, somewhat through the 7 artifacts.
Yeah, oh yeah, because his soul.
It's connected.
Yep. And then he left it in the 7
artifacts till like over time he would be reborn.
Yeah, through bloodline until Chenrui ruined it all.
Yeah, and absorbed them.
Yep.
Sorry, bro.
Peace.
Peace out.
And then what happened after that?
I'm not gonna lie, I just gotta say,
That whole part was so long and didn't need to be that long.
thank you. That was exactly what I was gonna say. There was like 2 Realm of the Gods or 2 like Twilight of the God moments, and like I think we've been wanting to know all this information for a long time, but I think how they delivered it was not as impactful as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it kind of felt like a separate story when they went off on it. You know,
It did.
it didn't feel like part of the story we were like reading. It felt like, oh, this is like. It felt like it almost could have been a fucking prologue, bro.
Yep. And then Michael died after.
Yeah, and like,
and Sasquatch died with him.
Also on that note, the 3 archangels got hoed.
Oh yeah, they just got wiped out of existence.
Wiped out. We got Raphael going first, then Gabriel, then Michael.
Yeah. Oh, also Gabriel and Michael, before they died, asked Chenrui, "Is there another world?"
Oh yeah,
He was like, "Yeah."
yeah. That's where I'm from.
Wait, did Lucifer ask that too?
When he went, no,
he didn't.
he did not.
Oh, he said maybe there is another world, and if there is, I'll see you in the next.
Yes, that's what he said. Yeah, I gotta say, out of everybody, Lucier was goaded. Lucier.
Oh, you know what? Actually, what made that more confusing
What?
was when Kilana at the end was like, "That was all wrong."
Yeah.
And I was like, "How was that all wrong?"
It's your perspective.
And then yeah, so basically what happened during the last fight or right before the last fight, he was like, "Why?" What did he ask? He asked, "When the gods were erased."
Chenrui.
Chenrui asked. He was, "When the gods were erased, the abyss should have been erased as well, because it was said when abyss member fell,
Life fell.
So
Life
it
fell.
should have yeah,
Gosh,
should have both happened. Why were
yeah.
they still around?" And she was like, "Well, the abyss wills, those are the gods."
Oh yeah.
And I was honestly, I still kind of confused.
It was a little confusing for myself
because it didn't make sense on how.
Like why they die, they don't like why if light dies, dark dies. If dark dies, light should die.
Well, it's not that, because she was saying that the will of the abyss. She was saying that the abyss, like those guys, that they were gods. She said that the curse from the supreme will.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense.
That's why guys were saying like, I felt like there was like all of this was really good, but the delivery was just not the greatest in these last 70 chapters.
Yeah, because when I was reading that, I was kind of confused because she basically said like, because she was saying that Michael was wrong. She was like, "What makes you think that the gods are really dead?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he originally thought you're trying to revive the old gods by reforming the world or something like that, using the
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice of everything
Yep.
to reform them. She was like, "Who said that the gods were dead?" And she basically said that the abyss was actually the will of the gods,
Mm-hmm.
which didn't make sense. So because apparently they were all slumbering, they weren't really
Mm-hmm.
dead.
Yeah.
And she said that the the gods back then they chose exile, but it still didn't make sense. Why did they choose exile? And who formed the? Because the authority that was the seal was made by the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So if the gods are the abyss, why did they form a seal on themselves
Themselves
over the
over the
world?
world that they're trying to get into.
Yeah,
It's questions.
it's questions.
We don't have the
You
answers
know
to.
what?
I would look it up, but my phone is actually at 1%. Oh, it's dead.
We can look it up right now.
But yeah, honestly, I think
Well, let's read. Let's actually read that chapter.
okay. You can't read the chapter.
No, but
Okay.
I'm saying we can.
Okay. So I will say, guys, while he's looking that up, the this info, I felt like it was very. They gave it to. It almost felt like a prologue to the novel.
Yeah,
Did you feel the same way?
it did.
Like it could have been at the beginning, and it would have hit the same way. And maybe it would have made the beginning weirder. But like, if it was like an actual standalone prologue, and then you started, so you know they're like separate times. Like I don't know. I just feel like the ending it shouldn't have been done like how it was. We were hyping this up, bro.
We were
I'm not gonna lie, we've never been so bamboozled before.
for an ending.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the only thing that could bamboozle me again would be like how 9 Star ends.
Oh, you can't do me dirty on 9 Star. I've been reading 9 Star my whole Wuxia World career, bro. Like basically, it's like I think it's my second or third novel I read on here. I read Battle Through the Heavens. I think it was my first. No, actually, my first was Tales of Demons and Gods. That's what actually got me on Wuxia World.
That got everyone.
That
That
did
got
get
me
her.
too. Because that was the first. I read like the manhwa of
Me
it,
too. And then I was like, I need more.
and then they hold us with it not actually being there.
But actually, this is such a tangent, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like you know when we were reading Coiling Dragon, and you told me to get this like app. It's like web novels or something.
Oh.
On web novels, they have the extent. They're still going on chapters of Tales and Demons and Gods. I get updates like every like week or something that like another chapter comes out.
Wait. Really?
Yeah, they're on chapter like 900, bro.
What?
I actually almost want to pay for it. Because that was the start of like me ever reading light novels, was Tales of Demons and Gods.
Yeah, that's true. I would actually love to finish it.
I've read it twice. I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
lie.
god, all the ads.
Yeah, bro. You guys can't read this. We read this on steambundlightnovel.com. Read it on a computer because the ad blocker is a necessity. Because they have ads everywhere, everywhere. Honestly, bro, if you can't find it, you can't find it.
No, I'm on the last chapter.
No, you are.
Yeah, because it was in the last. That's why it was even more annoying because it was in like the last 2 chapters. Design. Okay. Okay. I'm at the part where they're fighting. Um. Oh yeah, because that's right. Lucifer got cursed as well.
Yeah, Lucifer got cursed.
Oh, and Alicir was the one who told them about the agreements of the gods, about how they weren't gonna actually fight each other. All right, let's see.
I wish I could help. My phone's dead, guys.
You're useless.
I'm useless right now. Okay. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got anything. 72 chapters. While he's doing this, I'm gonna give it a rating, guys. 72 chapters. 7.2. No, I won't do that. The last 75 chapters will probably get like a 7, maybe a 6.5.
Oh wait, now okay. I read the wrong one.
Oh yeah.
Because Chenrui, we did forget one thing.
What?
The supreme artifact.
Yeah.
So, ignoring all the confusing stuff,
Most of
and
it.
realizing that the gods were trying to revive themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared of the supreme artifact that wiped them out from the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to force Chenrui to use it when he was fighting Kilana. Because basically they fought. He pretty much lost.
Mm-hmm.
She was too strong.
He's gonna use the card.
He was gonna. And she was trying to force him to use it
Mm-hmm.
because when he used it, they'd seize it.
Yep.
But he didn't
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't. He knew that they were trying to get him to use it because
Yeah.
they're afraid of it. And so, and then he used it, right? Or no? What did he do?
He didn't use it.
Well, how else did he see the? Because he saw Lucifer's past. That's why we know what
I
happened.
thought he like. I can't look this up, man.
Sorry.
Cause you know the worst part is I know if I like read like one paragraph, it'll jog it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because remember he witnessed, the forming of the universe, which is what
Mhm.
gave him the extra strength.
Yep.
Oh my god! Why can't we remember the exact ending of what happened?
Because it
there?
wasn't that good.
It really wasn't that good. Because they were talking about the extreme and how the extreme was the supreme will, who
Yeah.
they called Father,
Yep.
and how he used the extreme law
Mhm.
on Lucifer so
Mhm.
he couldn't advance.
Yep. It's always something at the end of these novels. Honestly, Wuxia World endings are always hit or miss, bro. They've never been mediocre. Hit or
Yeah,
miss.
that's true.
Hit or miss.
They're always.
Desolera. Hit.
That was a hit.
Magus
Well-
World. Hit for the most part. That one was, I don't know. Ending was a hit. Leading up to the ending, a miss. Let's see. I'm gonna just keep going through these while you're doing that. Eternal, A Will Eternal. Semi hit. Actually, no, that one was decent. How do you feel about A Will Eternal ending?
I think it was a good ending.
I think it was. I feel like it wasn't
I think-
crazy though.
What do you mean it wasn't crazy?
What do you mean when time stopped for endless chaos cycles? Not chaos cycles, like years and years and years and years, and he was the only human left alive. You don't remember that?
No, I remember that, but I thought it was cool because like he went back and redid everything.
I didn't like that. It was whack. I liked everything until then. Until then. All right, bro, you gotta give it up.
Oh, God's deterrence. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He seized it from her. That's
yeah.
what it was.
I remember because I didn't think he used it.
Yes, and then he reversed everything on her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did use it at Ghastly Island. Oh, got too hot.
Oof.
Wow, we've been here for a while. What time is it?
I don't know. My phone's done.
Oh. But basically, he seized her deterrent. He seized the God's deterrence.
Yep.
Or he used God's deterrence because he seized the power from her.
Ripped it out of her.
And then he defeated her. And then he went to Ghastly Island and he used the Supreme card. And he saw the origin of the universe. And then he saw Lucifer's life and how he ignited it. And then he ignited it. And we found out that the artifact, it was actually the Supreme Will that would be summoned to annihilate all the gods. We realized that the Abyss, their revival was the key to the Supreme Will's revival. So they were dancing in his hands the whole time. And we found out after he used it and he annihilated them, he revived Chenrui and them have a standoff. And we found out that Chenrui's crossover is related to the originator.
Yep.
Behind a fragment. And basically it's just like a guide. That's the super system. And basically, I mean, anyone who cultivates it, if they love, they can gain a trace of origin. And Supreme Will obviously lost one shot. Of course.
Has to be.
Yep. Another ass pull. Waiting, I got to see a cool battle.
Yeah, that one shot was like, that's what we're talking about. Like,
mediocre.
Yeah, so I want you guys to know you guys can't see us anymore. As soon as we came in here before we started, and I asked Biggest Gamer, I was like, how do you like it? At the same time, we were like,
Thumbs
down.
It is what it is, I guess.
All right. Overall rankings for the novel.
8.5.
8.5. I give it an 8.5 too. I think with a better ending, it could have been a 9.5.
100%.
I think the ending brought this novel down substantially.
It did.
Like, guys, we hyped this novel up. I hope we did enough so that you guys will read it.
Going from A to B, that's kind of
Yeah. It was
bad.
awesome. It was awesome from chapter 1 hit to chapter like 1203, which is where we stopped off. Amazing. 1204 to 1275. Okay. Maybe less than okay.
Especially the explanation of all the gods.
Yeah.
It was not the best.
Yeah, but everything up to then, like,
because
so consistent.
Let's just say this. I think it literally got better every chapter up to when Lucifer dissipated.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Literally
every single arc. I remember texting Biggest Gamer, and I was like, "Bro, they can't top this,"
and they did
every time.
And then he couldn't do it for the final arc. Honestly, I did say it was gonna be hard.
You're right.
I did say that. I was like, this is gonna be difficult to top because we just saw probably the greatest, in my opinion, it's probably one of the greatest sequences of peak power fights you'll see in a novel.
We saw like 6,
and it didn't feel like dragged out. Or
yeah, not at all.
I was excited. I was like, yes, go, keep going. Fight another guy.
Yeah. So this was Devil's Son-in-Law, 8.5.
Yep.
That's a thumb of approval.
It's good enough.
It's good enough. It's very good.
Just for the most part.
Yeah, I agree.
So definitely check it out. I think if you're a battle maniac like us, you'll definitely love it.
Yeah. You think we can try to turn this on again? See if it'll work for us.
It'll probably work for the end, yeah.
Always something.
Why are you being annoying? Okay.
Ooh. All right, and anything you want to add for Devil's Son-in-Law?
No.
Solid. Ending. We didn't think was gonna end like this, but solid novel. So next week,
it's finally back.
9-star Hegemon body art.
We got 126 chapters and counting.
So
probably like around 150.
And you know what I saw? I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like our 1-year anniversary of the podcast. It's gonna be a 9-star episode.
No way.
I'm pretty sure we started around December 12th of last year.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's the day we put out our first video.
That's like when we recorded.
We recorded the first video. I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure it was keyboard though that we started with.
Oh, it might have been because I was like, we need to start with a banger.
We started off with keyboard because at that time.
Oh wait, I wasn't even caught up to 9-star at that time.
You weren't. Yeah, that's true. You started reading it like
a little bit after,
like a month. No, I think you just started reading it.
Oh yeah.
And you were like 1,000 or 2,000 chapters in.
Yeah.
And it was like currently at like 30-something hundred.
And I caught up so fast.
You did. You caught up within like actually like a couple months. It was scary.
But we're here now. We're caught up.
We're caught up. We're hitting should be probably like 150 chapters. It's not it sounds crazy, not that crazy when it's 9-star.
Yeah, because they're a little short.
They are. But yeah, this is episode 43 of Light Novel Fiends podcast.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace out.